The Elizabethans were great adventurers, and never more so than in the kitchen, where they experimented with exotic foods from the New World. In addition to spices from the Far East, they had a wide variety of native ingredients, some of which we wouldn't even consider as food today. And they mixed and matched them to give a wonderful range of dishes. But some of their recipes carried a health warning. All foods were thought to have qualities, or humours, that could have an immediate effect on the personality as well as the stomach. The humours were an ancient Greek idea, but were still very much in vogue with Elizabethan doctors and scholars.
Lamb's flesh is moist and phlegmatic, wherefore it is not all the best for old men, except they be melancholy of complexion. Pigeons are hot and moist, wherefore they are not good for those that be choleric or inclined to any fevers, but to they that be phlegmatic or pure melancholy, they are very wholesome and easily digested.
From the 1580s, new cookery books began to appear, which mixed the ancient recipes with the more modern ones. Gervase Markham's The English Housewife lists 148 recipes, with everything from roast cow's udder to puff pastry. At Kentwell Hall in Suffolk, every year they recreate a slice of Tudor life. Using original recipes, they faithfully reproduce the tastes and flavours of the time. Caroline Yeldham is preparing one of the more unusual dishes.
This is a roasted peacock that's going to be dressed in its skin to be served.
So you've turned it right side up?
Yes.
Do you mean you're actually going to sew or wrap that in this raw skin and feathers?
Yes.
Pretty unhygienic then.
Sometimes they put salt or spices on the skin, which must have helped preserve hygiene a little bit.
In fact, preservation must have been a huge problem because there was no refrigeration or...
The cellars get pretty cold, especially in winter. But no, most stuff was eaten fresh. There's quite a lot of salting of meat and some pickling.
What about pies? And I imagine the crust itself must help.
Yes, meat pies in a good solid hot water paste will keep the air out from the meat, and they'll keep for some months like that.
OK, Caroline, I will leave you to fight the beast. Good luck.
Thank you.
Peacock was Elizabethan caviar. It was only served to important guests like the Queen. She had a habit of dropping in on the landed gentry with her court of perhaps 200 people, and they'd stay until they'd eaten everything in sight.
Peacock is hard of digestion, breeds melancholious blood, and casteth a cloud upon the mind. It is so spiteful and envious that it eateth his own dung, lest anybody should make use of it.
And with your roast peacock, you might have enjoyed a spicy prune sauce.
Now it goes on the fire to simmer until the prunes are nice and soft and squishy.
It's a sweet little pot. It's got 3 legs.
Yes, they're called posnets, and...
Like a witch's pot.
I wouldn't know.
And it's quite a heavy little thing, isn't it? And good base, I imagine.
Yes. That protects the food from burning from the heat of the fire.
And this does get very warm, doesn't it?
You can keep something hot for a long time just on the side.
It's wonderful. It's a really nice cooker. I'd like to use it.